Today we are going to discuss second chapter of C programming, namely data input and output. Input and output are library functions, and these input-output functions are used to permit the transfer of information between computer and standard input and output devices like keyboard and monitor. So first such a function which is used to input the information which we are going to discuss is the single character input. Single character input. And the function which is used to enter a single character is the getChar function. The getChar function. GetChar function is used to enter a single character from standard input device such as keyboard. It will return a single character from keyboard and will store it into the memory of a computer. It is the part of standard C library, and the general form by which it is used is as follows. The general form or the way it is used is character variable equal to getChar parenthesis and then this. This is the general form or the way getChar function is used. getChar doesn't need any argument, though empty parenthesis follows the name getChar, where character variable is previously declared character variable. Here is the example of how one can enter a single character and store it into the memory of a computer. Example is character C, and then few C statements are there. And then C equal to getChar empty parenthesis and semicolon. So this is the program segment which will illustrate the use of getChar function. The first statement declares that C is character type of variable, and the second statement causes a single character to be entered from standard input device, namely keyboard, and assign it to previously declared variable, namely C. So in brief, to enter a single character, we make use of getChar function, and it doesn't need any argument, though a empty parenthesis must follow the word getChar. Then the second function which we are going to discuss is complementary to getChar. Namely single character output, the putChar function. putChar function. This function is complementary to getChar. Just like getChar is used to enter a single character, putChar is used to output or display a single character from computer's memory onto a output device such as monitor. It is again a part of standard C input-output library and is complementary to getChar. The way or the general form of how putChar is used is as follows. putchar, in parenthesis it needs argument, namely character variable, where character variable is previously declared character variable. Here is an example similar to getChar. I am declaring C as a character type of variable. Few C statements are there, and then what I am doing is putchar C. Here the value of the variable to be displayed or to be transmitted onto a output screen is to be declared as the argument of putchar. First statement declares that C is character type of variable, and the second statement causes value of C to be transmitted onto a output device such as screen, or the value of C or content of C to be displayed onto a output device such as screen or monitor. Then if we want to enter a string, then we have input string, character string input, third function, character string input, the getS function. This function is used to enter a string data, means sequence of characters. So it will return a string of characters from standard input device, namely keyboard, and will store it into the memory of a computer. This particular function has this particular general form, namely getS. The way it is used is getS, and in parenthesis we have string variable. String variable. So this string variable is name of an character array in which a string of characters will be stored. Then complementary to as usual, character string input getS function is again part of standard C input output library and is used to return a string of characters or a sequence of characters. Then complementary to getS, we have putS function. PutS. The general form of how this particular function is used is as follows. Again we have string variable, and string variable is name of an character array. getS will enter a string of data, and this will output or display a string of characters. Let us see an example of the way getS and putS are used in a C program. Here is an example: main function, then body of main starts from left brace. Here I am declaring line as 80 element character array. Square bracket implies that the name preceding the square bracket is name of an array. So line is name of an character type of array having size 80. So maximum 80 characters you can enter. And then getS line. So by this particular function getS, you can enter a string of 80 characters, may or may not containing blank spaces. So when you will press a enter key, then only the string will end. Otherwise, you may enter a string of characters may or may not containing blank spaces up to 80 characters. And the moment user presses the enter key, the string will get terminated. So you can enter a line containing may or may not containing blank spaces by getS function into computer's memory. And by putS function, you can display or you can output this particular line onto a screen or onto a monitor. So this is how this particular program segment will work. You can enter a string of characters up to 80 characters by getS, can store it into the memory of a computer, and putS will output or display string of 80 characters onto a monitor or a screen. Then in this way we have seen 4 functions. To enter a single character we have getChar function, and being a function must follow parenthesis. Complementary to getChar, to output or to display a single character we have putChar function. GetChar and putChar complementary to each other. One is to enter a single character and the other is to output a single character. Then to enter a string data we have getS function, and complementary to getS, to display or to output a string of characters or a string data we have putS function. Now we are going to see the most general and versatile, rather more powerful input and output functions, namely scanf and printf, which are very commonly which are usually used in a C programming, scanf and printf. So here is the 5th function, entering input data. What I mean is data in any form, entering input data, the scanf function. To enter all types of data, maybe combination of numerical values, single characters or string data, scanf function is used, and this function will accept or is capable of entering data in any form, and it will store it into the memory of a computer. The general form or the prototype or the way it is used in C programming is as follows. So general form of scanf is as follows. Scanf, everything is in lowercase letters. In parenthesis we have control string and then comma, and then there are arguments like argument 1, argument 2, argument 3, argument 4 and so on, argument n. So this is the general form, the way scanf is used in the programming. Control string contains certain required formatting information, and argument 1, argument 2, argument n are individual data items. The control string consists of character groups which are % followed by conversion character. So we have 4 conversion characters: C for single character, D for decimal integer, F for float, and S for string. These are 4 conversion characters. What I am saying is control string consists of character groups. Each character group is % followed by conversion character. So % followed by C is one character group, %D is another character group, %F is another character group, %S is fourth character group. This C is used for entering single character. This will accept a single decimal integer, this will accept floating point number, and yes will accept string data. So these are character groups which are there in a control string, which are either contiguous or separated by blank spaces. Use of blank space as a character group separator is very common in C programming. So we will normally separate these character group by blank spaces. And then arguments 1, argument 2, argument 3 and argument n, these are names of variables or array names. Array names whose data type matches with corresponding conversion character. Whose data type matches with corresponding conversion character. These arguments are preceded by ampersand sign. Arguments are preceded by ampersand sign, and this ampersand is to be interpreted as the address of operator. At the address of that, this particular data item is to be stored. But remember, array name doesn't precede this ampersand sign, and all these arguments are separated by commas. Here is an example of how scanf is used in a programming. So here we will write a program segment which will start with hash include stdio.h, which is preprocessor directive, which must be written at the beginning of the program, which enables or which invokes all standard input output functions to be included in your program. Then main function starts from here, is not followed by semicolon. Body of main starts from this. I am declaring integer a, b, then character c, semicolon. These are all statements. And then character word I am going to declare it as 80 element character array, semicolon. Then few C statements are there, and here I am making use of scanf function. Scanf control string is written within double quotes, double inverted commas, which slant or which point to the left. So I am going to write control string in double quotes, and there are character groups commonly separated by blank spaces. First of all, I will write first character group %s for string data, then blank space, %d for decimal integer, blank space, %d for decimal integer, and then %c for single character, double quote complete. This is control string followed by comma. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 character groups or 4 conversion characters are there. Therefore, number of arguments that will be follow will be 4 in number. Number of arguments that will follow will be 4 in number. For S, I am writing word is not preceded by ampersand sign or and sign because it is name of an array. Why it is not preceded by ampersand sign? Because name of an array itself is interpreted as the address of memory location. Then comma, corresponding to this conversion character D, I have second data item which is decimal integer A, which will be preceded by ampersand sign and A. Corresponding to this conversion character D, second decimal integer and B, comma, and then corresponding to this conversion character single character, I have a character C, so and C, and then followed by semicolon. Parenthesis complete and semicolon. This is scanf function. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 character groups are there. 4 conversion characters are there. S for string, D for decimal integer, and C for character. and corresponding to these 4 character groups or 4 conversion characters, there are namely 4 data items or 4 arguments which are followed after this control string. Each one is preceded by ampersand sign except an array name. There is no ampersand sign before word because I have declared word as a 80 element character array. Otherwise, all other data items, they will be preceded by this ampersand operator. So this is the use of scanf function. Next time we will discuss additional features of scanf function and printf function.